Hello, Ruinous Shade here, and this is episode 10, and I was camping. Well, we're about to end this area, and I camped and put the fragments together, and this popped up, so I thought it might be important, so I started recording.
Are you certain?
I know what I sensed. I am beyond all doubt.
A source of essence? In the living lands? Impossible.
Source of essence. Oh, okay, so they're probably talking about out the our god in her head. This is like the gods talking about it. I guess when they were looking at it, I guess probably when they destroyed the godless land.
I felt the flutter of Audra. There was no mistaking it. But when I tried to touch it, a force pushed my hand away.
A vein separate from ours?
I cannot explain it any other way.
An ill wind blows through Aora if any of what you say is true.
It may not be hostile.
Its existence is hostile.
Please. I've considered this with care. Think of the Kith who live there. Always just beyond our reach.
I assume nothing. I will not rest until I learn the truth of this. If we cannot bring it to light, we all may be at stake.
There. Adds a little culture to the camp, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I guess they were worried about the fact that since the Audra was separate from theirs, because like the Audra connects to the wheel, so since there was a separate entity that's separate from them, that it could be bad for them, like in the long, it can make like it's a bad precedent pretty much. So that's probably why they sent all these people here to see what it was about. But yeah, these are all the abilities you get when you collect all the fragments for Wodaka's totem. Let's see, health. Critical hits the fire can reduce companion ability cooldown. Activating companion ability increase your damage from fire. Okay, so it's about companion stuff a lot. Second wind casts ring of fire. Okay. And we'll talk to our companions, see what they have to say.
Not everyone warrants an assassination attempt, you know. You should be flattered.
Should I also be offended? He changed his mind.
Not at all. He was even more in awe of you when we found him in the cistern. And you really had him at a loss when you let him go. Me too, for that matter. Don't get me wrong, I'm impressed. Not many in your position would have let him walk away.
It was the right thing to do.
Things aren't always that clear, especially when you're staring down a man who tried to send you back to the wheel. But I like your certainty. Why'd you do it?
Mercy, I try not to shed blood unless I have to. Curiosity, I want to see what I can learn from him. Pragmatism, he'll tell his story and others will think twice before striking. I don't really, either mercy or curiosity. I want to see what I can learn from him. This one's more pragmatic, I guess. And then this one is like, yeah, I don't want to shed blood. But I think curiosity is part. I want to see what I can learn from him. See
I
more about
suppose
the
that's
rebellion.
appropriate, coming from a scholar. I'm afraid we haven't seen the last of this conflict, though. Egwolf isn't the only hothead in the living lands, and he's certainly not the only one with his hackles up about all you Adira newcomers. And Ludwine and the Steel Garrote are only making matters worse.
What do you know about the rebels?
Just that they're chafing at seeing a foreign empire bring foreign troops and foreign restrictions. Same as rebels everywhere, really. Your ambassador and the rest of the Adiran forces have been dragging the frontier, kicking and screaming towards order and civilization. All the things that half of us moved here to escape. Then, one day, Ludwig and the Steel Garrote show up to reinforce the Adiran presence, and they're as harsh as Wodaka herself.
They're paladins of the goddess of oaths and order. Of course they're strict. I've always found them to be too zealous for my liking. Are you suggesting that Adir enlisted them to do the dirty work, or that they're going rogue? Are you suggesting that Adir enlisted them to do the dirty work, or that they're going rogue?
Could be both. It remains to be seen whether Ambassador Hilgard and Ludwig are rowing in the same direction. But I fear there's trouble on the horizon, especially if the Steel Garrote's tactics win out.
I'm here to investigate the Dream Scourge, not mediate between Hilgard and the Steel Garrote. No, that worries me too.
Nice to know I'm in good company.
Some things on your mind?
Just thinking about Claviger Amon. I let him down. I've let a few people down over the years. But I did promise someone once that I'd do my part to look after all of us riffraff who've made a home here. My best chance of doing that is helping you investigate this plague and keep a lid on tensions. And, hopefully, fend off any future assassination attempts.
I'm glad for the company.
The feeling's mutual. It's nice to share a campfire again. I think that's enough doom and gloom for one night, don't you? Sleep easy, Envoy. As best you can.
Let's see if I've got questions about you.
My favorite?
You've got a lot to say about second chances.
I'm well past seconds myself, if we're counting. Even decent people make mistakes, and the rest of us can grow, with a little time and grace.
Yeah, he's definitely, I feel like he lost a loved one or a partner, like a romantic partner or something. Like, he lost some, like, that's what, like, when the Watcher looked at his soul, like, he had, like, a lingering in the past that something happened. So let's see. And what mistakes are you still running from? He also deserted, so that might be another thing, too. Or
If
what he
I
did
had
in
to
the
list
army.
them all, we'd be talking all night. Anyway, if this place can't give us misfits and screw-ups a second chance, what hope do we have?
Let's talk about Dawnshore.
I'll tell you what I can.
Okay, I guess we don't.
Good thing you're asking the expert.
That's all, I'll leave you to it.
Check your bedroll for fangworms.
What the hell are fangworms? But anyways, let's see what Marius has to say.
It's not every day you get to deal with the person who killed you. And since you set them free, you get to deal with them again sometime in the future.
They tried to kill me and it didn't work. No harm done. Killing for revenge is not my way. Let the gods decide how they pay for his crimes. I take it you don't approve.
What part? The part where you set free an assassin who succeeded at killing you once already? Right, must be that part. Anyway, it doesn't matter what I think. You found the assassin, and you're still alive, which means well done, Marius. Anyway.
I'd like to know more about you.
Ask away.
I understand you grew up in Solace.
Yes, I did. And the less we talk about that, the better.
Okay, something happened there. I understand, yeah. I won't
Thank
pry.
you. Not everyone accepts that some things are best left in the past.
What makes you the best hunter in the living lands?
Well, I'm one of the very few people who spends most of their time out in the wilds and haven't gotten themselves killed yet. I know the difference between hay-bleed toxin and high-tox bloom, which is something you should be really thankful for. And you know the Ballarok and the Grinning Ballarok?
Not personally, no.
Oh, we've got a real Kamayu here. Wonderful. I am one of the few who have seen a Ballarok and lived. Mostly because I had the brains to run the Dragu out of there. We're gonna get you where you're going, Envoy. Alive and with as few blithe tail bites as possible. That, more or less, is all you need to know about me.
What language is it that you're speaking?
Same one you are. What kind of blessed question is that? Oh, I see. I sometimes use Lember without really thinking about it. That's what you mean, right?
I thought I recognized it.
Right. I hear Pargrunin all over the world speak it. I only know what I learned in Solace.
I like it. It gives you a certain mystique. Well, stop. Can you teach it to me?
I barely realize I'm doing it anymore. If you want to learn Lember, you'll have to spend time in Solace. And that's not going to happen anytime blessed soon.
I assume blessed means very.
Ha, right. Something like that. I'm sure you'll pick it up as we travel. It's not that blessed difficult.
That's all for now.
Changing the subject?
Let's talk about Donchar.
Right.
See if he has any.
What do you want to know?
Heard anything interesting out there?
Heard an envoy from Adir showed up and got himself killed. Other than that, nothing. Honestly, I don't listen out for gossip much. I don't know what to tell you.
Do you have any tips for surviving a Donchar?
Let's see. Normally you look for some shelter first. Cut down a few small trees, gather moss to keep the wind out. Nothing too elaborate. With so little tree cover, you want to keep moving. The reeds near the coast make great fibers for rope, so you can lash branches together and make a decent roof. Of course, we're always moving, so we just make a quick camp and carry on. So you don't have to worry about all that.
Yeah, nothing for now.
Right. Good talk.
I do want to see what he thinks about Kai, because he has very. Oh wait.
Word.
Oh, never mind. Some word of thanks. Have a jug of Wodak. If I ever find out who killed that bear, I'll let them know. Why don't you hunt down on the strangle route?
Too easy. Too many amateurs out there. Someone's always getting hurt or squabbling over a kill. If you know what you're doing, you can get good game just about anywhere. The strangle route's like buying meat from the market. Lovely place, as the Living Lands goes. I advise most people to stay around here if they're looking to settle. Paradise isn't the safest place in the world, but it is the safest place in the lands. Walls and guards go a long way out here. Other than that, you've got bits of forest, grasslands, some caves, cliffs, and all sorts of things to get you into trouble. This is the easiest place to survive in the Living Lands. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Anything interesting?
I've been traveling with you. Let's see. Honestly, not much out here you need to worry about. Bears, Zarups, spiders, bandits. You want to make your camp look larger and scarier than it is. Keep a fire going, make a lot of noise, hide most of your food. Bears, spiders, and Zarups usually won't attack if they don't think it's worth the trouble. Act like you're tougher than they are. Now, bandits, that's something else. I'd rather run into a bear than one of them any day.
Okay. Well.
Right. Good talk.
Hopefully he refreshes on his thoughts on the companion, because him and Kai have a very interesting dynamic. But let's sleep and see if we have any more dreams with our god. Yes, we do.
Thoughts and whispers, we feel them rumble beneath the surface. We smell conflict. Kith turn on kith. We do not understand.
You mean here in Paradise? Or the Living Land seems like a complicated place. I never thought I'd find myself explaining something to a spirit. People will always fight over something. It's just a question of what. You mean here in Paradise?
They come on foreign ships. Exiles grafted from other trees. The salt clings to their hair. The scent of distant shores to their skin.
Most of them come for a better life. Some of them are seeking freedom. They're attracted to unconquered soil. A lot of them just want to get away with murder. Some of them are seeking freedom.
Branches unimpeded. Why?
Freedom from laws, freedom from old debts, and I think freedom to be themselves.
A foundling deer seeking the woods. But the ground stirs. New roots seek to grow taller than the old. They bring banners, arrows, swords. What do they seek from us?
They, you mean Adir? We have a right to be here? No. All I know is that Adir should tread carefully. They want the same thing as others, power. I didn't expect Paradise to be such a powder keg. I know that Adir should tread carefully.
The Claviger's blood on the breeze. Wolves fighting for territory. Is the instinct to conquer innate?
I wish they could find a way to resolve things peacefully. There's enough space for everyone. It doesn't have to be this way. I'd like to think we're better than that, but life keeps proving me wrong. I was murdered as soon as I got here. Some order wouldn't. Well, kill it. I wish they could find a way to resolve things peacefully. Yeah, I think I wish they could find a way to resolve things peacefully.
Tranquility. The fox befriends the hound. Could it be true?
Well, there's a movie about
We
it.
learn much. Sleep now. Dream of warm tides and purple leaves.
Okay, I'm gonna sleep again and see if there's another dream. Because I don't know if the dream sequences will be different once we leave this place. Okay, no more. Okay, so it's time to turn in all our quests. So we'll start by going to the shanty town and getting to the adherents who wanted to flee. Because yeah, they were they kind of like had a pass in Adir, and they were like fleeing from Adir, and then people recognized them, and then they got like all roughed up because of like the husband got blinded and everything like that, and they're just trying to get away into Third Town, which is where Kai was from, in this area. And I think to get up there we have to climb up there. It's been, my memory is a bit shoddy. I think this is one of the ways to get up to the upper areas. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. Let's give them. And then their person was like undead, and they got killed by the sparrow people. So yeah, it was like very complicated.
Oh, you've come back. Any news?
I have Andra's kiss you asked for.
That's splendid. Glad one can finally get some relief.
I could use some, love. Many thanks, Envoy.
Were you able to get us our land deeds?
Yes, it's right. You mean these land deeds? No, yes, right here.
Oh, thanks, Scan. And thank you. We'd be in dire straits if we showed up in Thirdborn with nowhere to live.
Aye, that's the truth, love. Many thanks, Envoy.
So I guess we'll see them in
There
Thirdborn.
is one thing more, though.
Oh, yes. That.
What is it?
The smugglers who are taking us out of here, they're beached north of the sea stacks, away from where the Adirans are looking.
And you need an escort.
No, it's not that. The problem is that these smugglers found out we're Adiran,
Don't like us much.
and they've doubled their price. We had barely enough for the journey before.
I see. You need me to talk to them?
Yes, I'm afraid we can't pay what they're asking.
And if they knew what we were wanted for, they'd probably charge us triple.
Bloodwine!
Oh, I mean... Oh, shit.
You're wanted? Of course you are. You know what? I don't want to know.
Good. Thank you. We appreciate the help, and we'd rather not relive our past.
Of course I'll come back when I've worked things out with the smugglers.
A lot of people come here running from something. Most want to leave it behind.
Okay, where the heck are these smugglers? Oh, okay, that was that camp that we saw. Yeah, we could drop down from the cottage here. Yeah, there was like a camp that was like, oh, they're right next to the Zarops. And then I'm like, there's probably smugglers here. And then it turns out there were smugglers. Yeah, let's go and... Yeah, I guess because they're... Well, I already assumed they were, like, they did something in Adir, like they were criminals or whatever. But it doesn't really matter at this point. Like, people pretty much just come here to, like, flee, so it's like... If I were to stop them, I'd have to, like, literally stop everyone. Or, like, be questioning everyone, and might as well just
Nothing to see
let
here,
it
friend.
go.
It's all right. You know who he is.
Oh, Elora. Wow. So I guess if we didn't save her, if we like left her in the jail cell thingy, she might have been like, if she did escape, she might be pissed off at us here.
Heard you died and came back. Good trick.
Look alive, ladies and gents. We have a visitor.
I'm a friend of Leofled and Gladwine. Maybe you've heard of them on here, but yeah, some Darrens, you're fleeing for money. I'm a friend. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Ah, a kind-hearted Adiran. How nice for them to find a friend here. The way I understand it, they don't have many friends among your countrymen.
Take it easy on him, Soldis. He's all right. For an Adiran.
Fine, if you say so. Well, what do you want?
Honor the original deal you made with Gladwine, and I'll cover their share. Gladwine said you changed the terms of your agreement. I'll cover the new deal. So is this like trying like, is this saying that, I don't know if these are saying the same thing or if this means that I'll just pay for Gladwine and them so that they don't have to pay for it and they have their own money for when they leave, or if this is saying that, like, yeah, I'm not sure if it's saying like Gladwine and them will have money, like they won't have to pay anymore because I'll cover that. Because this one's obviously saying that like they'll pay and I'll pay the new charge. But I think this one I'll try to go with this one because I think this one would be like more nicer because then they'll have some money on their own when they're in the new land.
No deal. Pay the difference or forget it.
Soldis, the Envoy saved my life at Northreach.
And glad I am that you're here. But a deal is a deal. We don't give handouts.
It's 2 clients. Believe me, you don't want to get on his bad side.
Oh, Andra's tits! Are we a charity now? Fine.
I guess if we didn't save her.
Tell your miserable countrymen the deal is settled. Free of charge. We'll take them to Thirdborn when they're ready.
Oh, you turned out to be a decent person after all. Thanks, Elora. Attack. Second thought, I'll take your boat. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Soldis. You turned out to be a decent person after all. No, that's kind of an asshole thing. Thanks, Elora. Thanks, Soldis. Thanks, Elora.
Literally, don't mention it. Remember, I still don't know you.
Yeah, we settled that. Yeah, I guess if we didn't save her, because that was an option, she either would have just been dead, and we wouldn't and we would have to handle it without her, or she may have gotten free, and she would have been really pissed off at us. So yeah. And I guess maybe if we killed them, they could still travel there, but they'd be there on their own without the smoke. Like they would have a boat, but yeah, they'd have to get there on their own kind of thing. Yeah, that was interesting to see Alara again. So you see Garrick at the, obviously at the Adiran area. Yeah, I wonder if we'll see these people in Thirdborn when we get there, because I'm pretty sure we should. I mean, we should go to Thirdborn because that's a spot that they talk about a lot here in the game.
Oh, you're back. Praise Wodika. Oh, you've come back. Any news?
I got the smugglers to leave you alone.
Oh, wonderful. How did you do it?
Through a mutual friend. She helped me make a deal.
Did you hear that, dearest?
I did, love. Praise Wodika.
Thank you so much for all of your help, Envoy.
Yeah, I don't know if they should be thanking
we'll be needing
Wodika.
these anymore. Please, take them. Now, if you'll excuse us,
Oh, we got an
we need
achievement
to
for
get
resolving
ready
things
for the
peacefully.
journey.
And if you ever find your way to Thirdborn, please, come find us. It would be lovely to see you again.
It's rare to see a real second chance. Rare, but refreshing.
You just saved their lives, Envoy. Well done.
And since we're here, I should check to see if there's anything, because I know there was a unique item. Not here. Okay, I think in the other one, the actual shop. I'm probably just gonna get it just to have it in my inventory.
No one tops my prices, Garrett. Welcome back. I'm sure I have exactly what.
Yeah, the Rathun figure increases fire damage. Granted, I don't do fire damage that much, but I mean, it's not like it doesn't hurt just to have it, just in case I want to do that. And for all I know, he might die somewhere, and like if the shantytown might get burned when I leave this area or something. Oh, you know what? This guy was looking for a ring.
One moment.
Oh. I never fully finished that. Oh, here it is. Bitter bonding. If it's good, I might. 1% of your attack damage is restored as hell. I mean, it's fine, but he's looking for a ring.
Ah, there you are. Have you found my ring, perhaps?
Is this the ring you're looking for? I'll give it to him. I'll
That's
be nice.
the one. Please, give it to me.
How much is this ring worth to you? I found it. I'm keeping. Of course, here you go.
Thank you so much, my friend. You have no idea the favor you've done for me. Gods go with you.
Yeah, I'll be nice.
You know, it's actually not so bad down here.
Cheap wares for cheap folks.
Let's see. I should sell off any metal stuff to this guy. So I could clear up some of my inventory. Let's see. Don't need those axes or swords. The dagger, the maces. Spears or common pistol, sword. I don't think I need as much electric lilies. Sell like 12. We have a bunch of stuff just purely for vendor pricing. Vendor selling, I mean. Okay, there we go. We gained back up some of our lost gold. And now let's turn in the other quests. I think we only have it in the city. Yeah, okay. So we'll save the return to the ambassador for the end. I guess we'll work our way from here. We'll turn in the Audra. And then turn in the bounties. And then talk to the twins. And then we will go talk to the ambassador. Which I'm sure we will have the lovely encounter with Ludwig. The big bad, pretty much. As everything we've been finding in all our exploration has been pointed out, the Still Growth are very much under. They have other purposes here.
My friend, any chance you found some luminous Adra for me?
Yes, I hope you can put it to good use.
Thank you. Thank you! Now my work can continue. Take this. I was saving it for a rainy day, but who knows when that will be.
Do you really think this will work? How much is that worth to you? Best of luck. Best of luck to you, my friend.
And to you as well, my wonderfully unique friend. May you find a kinship with this land.
Hey, let's see what he got us. It was something like a unique item. There we go. The fantastic alembic. Drinking a potion clears all your oh, that's interesting. I guess that's good in general, but it's not. It's not for my build at least. I think it'd probably be fine for like a wayfarer.
Welcome back, Envoy.
Because the wayfarer has stuff for drinking potions as well, so it would stack in that regard. I have a bounty to claim.
Show it here.
The ogre is no more.
Remind me not to get on your bad side, Envoy. Seems you're making a habit out of killing ogres. Let's hope the next one you run across is a bit more amicable, yeah?
And Tempestuous Luandi is dead.
Guess you were
So I
just
guess
the
each one
one
of these is
storm
500
she
gold.
couldn't survive.
And Octave is burning won't be burning anyone else ever again.
Good.
Yeah, they're
Too
all
many
500,
good men
it
and
seems.
women died because of that bastard. May he face Magran's fires in his next life.
And the yellow bands are done.
It's a shame it had to be like this. Desperate times can drive good kith to do terrible things. Well, I'll be. That's all of the bounties. Mighty fine work, Envoy. Mighty fine indeed. Hope you're proud of all you've done. Thanks to you.
Okay, we got a
Dawn
unique
Shore is
item.
safer for all of us. Gods protect you, wherever you are.
Hey, you could have a real future here if the Envoy thing doesn't work out.
Nice work on the bounties. Just don't get a big head about it.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, the twins. And then let me just check one, but I'm pretty sure we're done. Yes. And then Kai has something to say to me. So I guess when we get back to camp.
Hey, it's the Envoy!
Envoy, hey!
I swear, I owe you the world.
I own the world. He saved my life, remember?
Yeah, you only told me about 100 times.
Hey, where's Yeda? Is everyone else on the way?
God, you lie to them, they'll be. I'm afraid not.
No. Oh, gods. Does he mean?
They didn't make it, Offreak. I'm sorry.
But you saved Cadman. You couldn't save them? Or you didn't try?
Okay,
What
Offreak.
happened?
I think it's best that they don't know what happened. The details won't help you. Just know that they went quickly.
I can't understand this.
Hey, Offreak, hey, listen. We always knew that was a risk, right? And we told ourselves.
Better to go out at the bottom of the world or the top. No dying in bed like Granda, asking what if.
Did you avenge them? Is the Oracle dead?
Oh God! I let him. He has much to. Depends on how you define dead. I left him. I let him live. He has much. I clearly didn't say that he killed them. So like, don't go blaming him, even though he did. But they don't know that. He has much to atone for.
What? But he...
More senseless killing won't bring them back. They didn't get justice, but at least I got my brother back.
Don't be a baby. You would have been fine without me.
No, clearly
What I mean
everyone
to
knows he
say
wouldn't
is,
have been.
We're grateful, Envoy.
Everyone says he would have been a poor sob after his brother's death. You're very welcome, both of you. What's next for you two? You're lucky I happened. What's next for you two?
Ambassador Heelguard has written to Expedition Command back in High Crown to see if they'll let us come home.
Oh, while we wait for their reply, I thought...
He's not going to be a virgin anymore?
Let me guess. Mermaid's Den.
You told him?
It was a moment of weakness.
Oh my
I
God!
thought I was dead.
They're gonna go there to lose their virginity.
That reminds me.
No.
I wanted to give you this. It belonged to our grandfather. He'd always wanted to join the Corps, but life got in the way.
Oh my God! They're gonna go
When we
lose
were
their
recruited,
virginities.
he gave it to
Mermaid's
us.
Den.
To remind
Well,
us
I guess
to
that's
live
one way to
well.
lose your virginity. How do you decide who gets to wear it?
We take turns. Cadman had it last, so he gets to decide what we do with it.
I'll treasure it.
Well, I'm sure you've got big Envoy things to do.
I don't know if you heard, but there's a plague on and everything.
If you're ever in High Crown, look us up.
Yeah, we can drink to the Corps together.
I will. Take care, you two.
I wish things had turned out better for the rest of their crew, but I'm glad they made it.
These two will be just fine. I'm sure of it.
One of them may even get a happy ending.
Oh my God. Okay, wait, before let's see what... Oh, is this the scholar? Or no?
Envoy, hello. I'm glad to see you on your feet. Kai.
Tej.
I'm surprised they let you in here.
I'm surprised you're still gainfully employed.
I thought this person was the scholar we talked to earlier about when dealing with finding the luminous Adra. Something happened between you two? Do we have a problem? Something happened between you two?
It's nothing like that. You run into all sorts of characters around here, is all. Some more polite than others. I didn't mean anything by it, Envoy. He's just curious company for you to keep.
Hey, somebody has to have the envoys back, because you all sure didn't.
No one expected the Envoy to get assassinated.
Exactly. Amateurs.
I think there's more to the story here.
Well,
Kai?
Come on, it's funny. Tej caused a ruckus last time he was slumming it at the Balrog.
That was a good night.
They
You
were all
trying
there?
to kill a man, if I remember right. I had to put you outside.
You threw me into the canal.
You lived.
That water's filthy. I had the runs for 3 days.
Gods, Tej. The envoy doesn't need to know that.
Did you really try to kill someone, D?
The fellow cheated me. I couldn't let that slide. Or he'd think we were all marks.
It was over a dice game, right? Tej here has a gambling problem.
Great. Let's air all my troubles. Is there anything else?
The bartender sleeping with your girlfriend.
Oh my god.
You're lying.
You sure about that?
We'll talk about this later.
I'm not breaking up with her for you. Just so we're clear.
That's more than enough. Thank you. Was there anything I could help you with, Envoy?
Come on, Tej, you're not gonna stand up to Kai?
The 7-foot-tall Aumaua with biceps the size of my head? No, I am not.
Flatterer. You know I'm barely over 6.5.
I guess, yeah, how about you answer some questions, Tej?
Naturally, sir. How can I help you?
I'd like to understand Paradise better.
What would you like to know?
When was this city founded and who lives here?
If you're looking for a particular year, the first thing you should know about Paradise is that this isn't the kind of place where the locals keep records. And though it might be considered a distant backwater by the rest of the world, this city is the height of civilization by the standards of the living lands. As for who calls this place home, I suspect you could find a criminal, confidence man, or prophet from every civilization in the world here.
Hey, come on. You're gonna give the envoy the wrong idea. We've got draft dodgers, courtesans, and revolutionaries, too. You know, all the fun people.
In any event, as far as I can tell, Paradise has been this way since its inception. Thus the eclectic display of architectural styles. If nothing else, this city is a reflection of the countless people who have passed through it on their way to the interior.
What are Adiran intentions in Paradise?
Depends on who you ask. Ambassador Heelgard will tell you that our remit here is to establish a secure and orderly environment from which to engage in trade. Inquisitor Ludwin will tell you we're here to break the frontier.
So, which is it?
Neither.
Why not both?
Here just to take it. I guess breaking the frontier means taking control of everything. I'm not hearing anything about the Dream Scourge.
That's where you come in. Whether you find your desires aligning with the ambassadors or the inquisitors, neither can succeed until the Dream Scourge is ended. We are only beginning to see its effects here in Dawnshore, but the closer to the center of the island you go, the worse it gets. That bear you and the ambassador encountered in the Strangle Route isn't even the worst of it. And the tide of this soul plague is rising higher every day.
Let's talk about something else.
Of course.
I've been hearing a lot about this Inquisitor Ludwin. Who is she?
Consider yourself lucky. Inquisitor Ludwin is the commander of the Steel Garrote in Paradise. Were you to ask her, she'd say she keeps the peace. But she doesn't keep it so much as prosecute it, as ruthlessly as the ambassador will let her. She's also a veteran of the Steel Garrote's campaign in the Deadfire, where she died.
She's a Death Guard. Well, that explains a lot.
I don't know what happened to her there, but I suppose Wodica wasn't done with her yet.
We had a Death Guard standing watch over the archives at Bragan Hill.
Cryptic Neil! I remember him fondly.
How did you manage to remember him?
I took every upper-level course the university offered on memory and recall to circumvent the Walian glamour on him. And even then, it only barely worked. I had to look at him out of the corner of my eye and half cross them while thinking of something dreadfully boring like, grimoire repair. On the upside, it's made me an exceptional clerk. But that's neither here nor there. We were discussing Death Guards.
Right, tell me about Death Guards.
Death Guards are surpassingly rare. Some of the secretaries who traveled with our dignitaries in the Deadfire spoke of one named Iser, a devotee of Berith, who guards the hanging sepulchres there. But I have heard of none others except those I've read about in the histories. They are people, most often paladins or priests, so devoted to a cause that they simply refuse to pass on to the wheel when they die. Their soul haunts their body. The passion required to sustain them devours their flesh, and they swiftly turn to bone. I've never read a history nor tale of a Death Guard that did not end with them going quite mad. When they lose their capacity to care for anything but their cause, they cannot love. And when they cannot love, they cannot be merciful. And so everything before them becomes only an obstacle.
I mean, it works for Ludwin since that's like the whole Steel Garrote thing. But yeah, you do meet a Death Guard in the Deadfire too, that he mentioned. What was Ludwin like before she became a Death Guard? Probably the same.
I only met her once. She was a mid-level member of the Steel Garrote then, chasing Oathbreakers who'd fled Adiran law. She'd come back to the Imperial Archives to borrow a map to a place called Oathbinder's Sanctum.
That's where
I
you
remember
met
she
her.
was furious because the map was quite poor. She worried about finding the place, about properly executing her duty to her god. She wanted, I think, to do a good job. So, while clearly she has changed, in some sense, I'd say she's much the same.
Wodica, Goddess of Vengeance, Ludwin's chosen a challenging patron. What do you know about the Steel Garrote?
Think upon your promises and die. That's the litany of the Steel Garrote, usually said right before they kill you. They're an order of paladins born and bred in Adir, though clearly they've found plenty of work beyond our borders. Their remit is simple but comprehensive. They punish all who break their oaths. In practice, that has historically meant contracts. One lord or merchant will hire the Steel Garrote to bring a duplicitous rival to justice.
People in Paradise might lie or cheat once in a while, but this seems like overkill.
Since the events in the Deadfire, their operations have expanded. The Steel Garrote has always been associated with Wodica. Now, they are explicitly her order. And they go wherever Wodica's priests, or Wodica herself, believes there is a need for them to go. The Living Lands are a dangerous, lawless frontier in sore need of order. Thus, they are here. Or so the Steel Garrote say.
Wodica, Goddess of Vengeance, Ludwin's chosen a challenging patron.
Do you think so? I've always found her inflexibility comforting. Wodica's edicts are clear. If you obey her laws, pursue justice, punish the guilty, and give fealty to the Emperor, then you have pleased her, and I aim to please. But Wodica does not trust. She demands that you declare yourself for her again and again. Her every request is a test, and her every test is an opportunity to disappoint her. I appreciate a god who makes you work for their grace. I don't want anything given to me for free.
I'd like to ask you about something else.
By all means.
I met with the Watcher. It was a strange experience. I'd like to know more about them. You're the ambassador secretary. What is he like?
Well, you'll notice I'm nearly always here. If that man sleeps, I don't know about it. He wouldn't say, but I believe he relied on the Claviger far more than he lets on. And without the Claviger's steady hand at the rudder, the ambassador's struggling just to bail water from the sinking ship that is Paradise.
Claviger Amon might have tolerated a little more chaos than the ambassador liked, but he kept this place humming. He's not someone you can easily replace, and not with one man alone.
It's a difficult job. The pressure sometimes gets the better of him. But if he loses his temper now and then, I can't blame him for it. Better him than me.
What's he like when he's not working?
He doesn't know what to do with himself.
More than once, he's wandered over to the Balrog and just started asking people about their childhoods. What was your family like? Did they take you to church? Did you have a dog? Was it nice?
Gosh.
Ugh, weird stuff.
He wasn't
wonder
even
why.
drunk, but I was. A couple of times, I walked by and seen him playing dice with the guards out front at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. He once fell asleep sitting up with a morning bun in his hand and tumbled straight into the fountain.
I found him a discreet little cot after that particular misadventure. You know, in our first days here, he'd often walk to the end of the docks at sunrise. The work was done, the embassy was closed, and he'd still be wearing the same clothes he'd slept
Seems like
in
he was
at
much
his
nicer
desk.
in the back then.
And he'd just stare out over the sea. He always seemed dissatisfied back then. I suppose, years later, he still
Or at least
does.
he seemed more personable, getting to know people. Granted, I guess he is kind of like always the...
Be serious. Most of us
On top
here
of
didn't
how
get sent to
people
the
react around
frontier
him.
because we were anybody's favorite. The longer I'm here, the more likely the people who matter are to forget me. And I'd actually like to get back to High Crown someday. Get married, have a few kids, take the civil exams, and settle into a permanent clerkship.
I guess there are worse ways to spend a life.
Like rotting in this embassy. I'm an open book.
I think we're good. I should head out.
Should you ever need me, I will safe travel.
Let's see if there's any other named people here. Okay, let's finish this quest off.
Tell me you brought good news. Oh, Envoy, you return. And you brought a friend. Ambassador Heelguard, at your service.
Always nice to meet an Adiran who isn't trying to goad me into a fight.
What of these rebels? The streets are full of rumors, but your word is the only one I trust.
I let my killer go free? No, I don't think I think I'll lie. I'm afraid the assassin got away from us. I don't want to be that honest with them about letting the assassins go free. I'll say they got away from us.
What? How could you let this happen?
Marius followed a bad lead. We lost a lot of time. Kyle was supposed to finish him, but he didn't take the shot. You're the one who let them kill me in the first place. Listen, the truth is, I let them go. The responsibility is mine.
You're damn right it is.
Yeah.
We needed to answer this challenge with blood. Don't you see what this will do to our credibility? Thanks to you, these rebels will continue to undermine our work in the Living Lands without resistance or fear. Worse still, now everyone knows our flank is exposed. Oh my gods, Ludwig is going to eat us alive.
Ludwig raises a fuss. Just let me do the talking. Come on, what's the worst that can happen? No, I wouldn't. No, Ludwig's bad. Only stop fretting about the Inquisitor. No. Can't speak of the devil like that. If Ludwig makes raises a fuss, just let me do the talking.
Well, she will do the talking. The best we can do is grovel.
Do you really need Marius and me here for the groveling, or...?
There's nothing to be done. All we can do is brace for the inevitable, though it may damn us in the end.
Don't forget why I'm here. The Dream Scourge. Chin up, you're an agent of the Empire. I never intended to live forever. don't forget why I'm here, the Dream Scourge.
Oh, yes, that. I'm sending you to Fior Messi Verno, a community of Valian expatriates deep in Emerald Stair. The Animancers may have some knowledge of the Dream Scourge already. Learn whatever you can from them.
It's been years since I learned the basic principles of Animancy. Refresh my memory. Where does Fior Messi Verno fit in with the Dream Scourge?
My sources tell me the Dream Scourge is a plague of the soul, and souls are their trade. If we have anything in common with Animancers, it's a shared interest in curing the Dream Scourge.
Refresh my memory on Animancy. Granted, I highly doubt he'll know anything.
Animancers draw power from the spirit
Like important
world.
stuff.
Their dark research can twist, break, and even corrupt the very soul. The Empire has no tolerance for Animancers, and with good reason. Their work is dangerous, heretical.
I'm surprised you'd work with people you think are heretical. Understood.
If you have any further questions before I dispatch you to Emerald Stair, now would be the time.
What do you expect me to find there?
Answers. Nothing more. We need all the help we can get, even if it means appealing to Animancers. I believe that covers everything. Governor Vidaro will be your first point of contact. I'm told he's barely keeping the
I feel like
community
Ludwin
in
doesn't
order.
want us to really
Seek him out if you need direction. Good hunting, Envoy.
work with the Animancers. Oh. Well, I guess you can sense her presence. And hear her walking down the halls.
Hilgard. Why is it that whenever I hear your name, it's because you've disgraced the Empire?
No. Strangling light. Keep her away.
I feel like she's done something.
That doesn't sound good.
Inquisitor Ludwin. So kind of you to join us.
While you brood over the Dream Scourge, this island is coming apart at the seams.
Stay your wrath. Allow me to present the Adiran Envoy, dispatched by the Emperor himself, to aid us in our time of need.
Inquisitor Ludwin, your reputation precedes you. Let her finish, Ambassador. I want to see where this goes. No. Inquisitor Ludwin, your reputation precedes you.
As does yours. Let me deal with him, and I will get back to you shortly. I can't believe you troubled the Emperor to send an envoy. Haven't you done enough to flaunt your incompetence?
Under the circumstances, I thought it might be...
Silence. You busy yourself with the Dream Scourge. A mere fever and chills, leaving the real work to me.
I feel like she has like some she has some interest in the Dream Scourge, like in keeping, like either keeping it or they're controlling it somehow. I've experienced the horror of the Dream Scourge firsthand. We must stop it forever. Let the man explain himself, Inquisitor.
He needs to listen for a change. I have scoured this island and faced the truths from which you cower.
Also, she just seems as
the living lands
to
is
want
on the brink
Emperor.
of total collapse, and you have ignored the discontent in your own city. Now, the Envoy's killer roams free, unpunished, spreading word of our ineptitude.
The blame is mine, and mine alone.
He's got more backbone than I would have thought.
We should be better than this. Leading by example. This island has seen nothing but us at our weakest. What say you?
I think the two of you would be stronger together than apart. Maybe these problems exist because the Living Lands doesn't want us here. I serve at the pleasure of the Emperor. How do you know so much about what I'm doing? You're being too hard on the back. How do you know so much about what I'm doing?
I have eyes in every corner of the city, and they do not rest.
If you're done eviscerating me, you'll be interested to learn I'm sending the Envoy to the Animancers of Emerald Stair.
You are ridiculous. Emerald Stair is under assault by the very wilderness it claims to have conquered. The Animancers cling to pride and tradition even as they dig their own graves.
We have to get help somewhere. The Living Lands needs us. Maybe my influence can help steer them in a better direction. Animancy can help us fight the Dream Scourge. I can study the Animancers, observe them and their environment.
That might do us some good, or it might lead you nowhere. I can't take the chance. Clearly, I've wasted my time with you, Ambassador. From now on, I will break the frontier on my own terms. You are free to disagree with my methods, but you cannot stop me.
I mean, did he ever have the option of stopping her?
Farewell.
Like, I feel like she just bulldozes anyways.
She is going to be a problem.
At least she's on our side now. If you have to admit, she might have a point. No, she doesn't share her concerns with the Dream Scourge. Your problem, not mine. You didn't have to take the blame for me. I appreciate it. Yeah, you didn't have to take the blame for me. I appreciate it.
Oh, that was nothing. Ludwine already despises me. You deserve a sporting chance to avoid her wrath. Put her out of your mind. The Dream Scourge is more than enough for us to chew on. At least for now. Oh, before I forget, Liviana gave you a clean bill of health. You're cleared to leave for Emerald Stair. Fair warning, Animancers and Adirians don't mix well. Their kind can be a tad, unhinged.
I know the type. Well, we don't get out much.
At least you'll have that in common, if nothing else.
They're a fun bunch. Crazy, but fun.
Wonderful. Now I have to keep a tight grip on my soul on top of everything else.
Should you cross paths with Ludwine? Well, try not to. I have no idea what's gotten into her. Safe travels. I'm told Emerald Stair's beautiful this time of year.
We can head to the Eastern Gatehouse when you're ready to go to Fjord.
Well, I guess we'll call this the episode here, and we'll make our way to the new lands after this. Yeah. Leave a like and comment if you need any suggestions or stuff like that. And yeah, see you guys next time.